Welcome to the Keep on the Grass podcast, episode 3. We're with Joey
What's
Man
up?
711, Lambo Lawson, at Lambo Lawson, follow them on Instagram, and our guest, Chief Curry.
Let's go. Let's run it.
At Chief X Curry on Instagram, and myself, Selena PDX 420. Follow us on at Grass Cannabis, at Talkcast PDX. Let's go.
What
kind of stuff we
what are we
got,
getting
yeah.
into right now?
What kind of stuff we got?
We brought some Smokies edibles, 50 milligram edibles, 10 pack. They're really delicious. We have sweet and sour tropical right here. We brought an ounce of blueberry muffins. That's delicious.
Oh, I
Farmers
love that
Market.
stuff. It literally tastes just like blueberry muffins. We just smoked a blunt. I'm super faded.
Yeah.
And then we brought
it's lovely. It definitely tastes good.
It got me high and it tastes delicious.
Yes.
So
lastly
2 out
we
of the
brought
3.
Sunset Mac from Mana Extracts. Some dabs. We're not dabbing today, but we brought some anyway.
What we are doing though, Joey, is we gonna open these right now and eat them.
let's do it.
So I'm
Let's
gonna
do
take
it.
this side, you take this side.
Woo! All right.
I'm gonna share
We
this.
get
How strong are these?
We're
sweet
gonna share
ones,
this pack
50
with
milligrams.
the person next to us.
I think it's 5 milligrams per piece.
Oh, fuck
You
yeah.
good?
That's
You
that on to be honest,
out
that's
with
exactly what I like to eat.
lit?
So
Not too much.
5 milligrams is right on the money. I
They
can't
got
see.
like #1 award for texture and taste.
How do you
One
open
of
these?
these.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no rip lines, man. How do we? You got scissors?
Yes.
We do actually, but
Yeah.
We
Is
might
this
need
like a
them.
thing?
They
Can you
apparently
hand me this?
they're impossible to open, which is great if you have kids.
So the reason I always wanted to
Yeah.
try these is because it's such good packaging. That's something I look for because. Oh, you went straight to the middle.
Yeah, we need to get up in there.
Straight to the dome.
Let me throw my
Take the
sleeves
neck
up
off.
real
Yeah.
quick.
I thought we were gonna leave the little Ziploc part.
Oh, awesome! It reminds me of like a dried fruit, kind of.
Oh, sick.
Maybe like a dried mango or something.
Never seen these personally.
Delicious. One of my favorites.
Really chewy.
These are, yeah.
They're really
I don't know
chewy,
if I
right?
got 2 or 3.
You got 2.
Don't eat these if you have braces, because they'll
yeah,
be
no.
stuck up in there.
Oh, they're pretty good.
They're tasty though. Yeah.
They're good as hell.
Oh, I'm good. 5's great. I'll roll with that.
You know, they taste good. They taste like regular ass candy. That's what I like when I'm eating the edibles. Is like sometimes it's annoying to taste the weed. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
No, this tastes. It's busting.
They're definitely using a distillate where they strip all the terpenes out, so there's no taste of THC at all. So if you don't want that, that's your spot. That's where you need to be at.
We should like put distillate at the bottom of this and like with its definition and like highlight it.
I'm kind of surprised they don't, you know? A lot of people, I was trying to look at that. I think it was another product you brought, and I was trying to look out how they extracted it. And they didn't put it on there, which I'm surprised. I think more companies should do that. Is it CO2? Is it BHO? Is it, heptane? What are you extracting it with? Even for the edibles, It'd be nice to know.
That's pretty like interesting to me because I know nothing. Like we always talk about these dabs and extracts, and that's like super.
Well, there's tons of ways to extract it. You can
Super
extract
cool
it with
to me, 'cause
alcohol.
I don't know what the hell.
You know what
any
I'm
of it
saying?
is, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of and you got to remember, every edible usually uses an extract.
Right.
So what kind of extract was put in this? We don't know.
You have to
That would be
read the
kinda-
ingredients, so that's the secret part. Is if it doesn't say it on the front or anywhere.
Oh yeah, does
Read
it say
the
in the ingredients?
It does. It says distillate. You are so right.
So they okay, cool. So they do say. I don't see it on here though.
The ingredients.
honest.
The ingredients.
I have an important.
Oh
question.
shit! Quotations. Okay,
So
cool.
everybody here has been to California. Have you been to California?
This is distillate, so I was
That is-
right, like
you
she
were correct.
said. I am always right.
Joe, you've been to California, right?
Oh man, I love California. Yeah.
So how do you feel about the way that their edibles are either like tested or rated or whatever the case may be? Do you feel like they hit you the same way an Oregon edible
Well, I
does?
know edibles tested down there are for sure go through a harder circumstances. Yeah. Oh yeah. They go through a little bit more of testing, like pesticides wise and
Wow.
stuff like that. Now quality, I don't know much. I haven't really ate many California edibles besides the ones my homeboys make in their basement. But yeah, I've had a few of their edibles. I mean, and a lot of the companies are the same companies here. So
right. So before we get into all the questions I got for Chief, I want to ask a very important thing to you because you know about all this stuff.
A little bit.
So 9 times out of 10, they're rated like from 100 milligrams to like 500, and you eat these things and you feel nowhere near the way that you feel when you eat a 50 milligram.
I could answer that
organ.
real quick for you.
All right, cool.
So California is the wild, wild west of the West Coast. They are ahead of the game. They always have been.
Right.
Half of the dispensaries there are fake. Newsflash. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I had an idea.
A lot of the dispensaries there aren't real. So guess what? When you walk into a fake dispensary, you're getting fake news on your products.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I went to a dispensary in California one time, and I swear it wasn't real.
It wasn't.
I literally, it was like in the back. I swear it didn't have no
They
signs
didn't
on the
ask
outside.
they probably didn't ask your age.
My
'Cause
age,
they don't give a
nothing.
shit. They're like bringing. You want to know the other reason is because they get closed down all the time. So who cares? Why are you gonna ask someone's age? Dude, they're purely in there for cash, and they get kicked down so quickly they just open up a brand new one. But guess what? When you walk in a store like that, they don't do testing either. And they're going to probably make their own edibles. And when they make their own edibles, guess what? It's probably not going to be what it says on the label.
Oh, no.
That makes sense. We ate so many.
You're like, why am I not getting high? You were probably eating Sour Patch Kids from Costco.
Oh my gosh, probably. They were like actual like Skittles and
They
stuff.
had like chips. They had like Doritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Exactly, bro.
Doritos,
Exactly.
Cheetos, Puffs.
And they maybe some of these companies probably try to make it an edible, but they're not successful. A lot of people don't know how to do it. Some people read off shit off the internet and they're like, "Oh, I'll just spray it with some shit."
Right.
It
so
doesn't work.
For example,
So-
the Skittles they had just seemed like oily, like they were like
Yeah.
covered in oil or something. They weren't
Sprayed it.
like.
Do you see what I just said?
Literally.
Exactly.
Oh, snap.
They literally
We got
grabbed the product and sprayed it down with some shit, thinking, "Oh, this would work."
Some shit.
And it
Not
doesn't
even
work
some,
like that, bro. No, it
THC
don't
based
work like
shit.
that.
Just-
Probably.
Isn't that crazy? So you guys were basically
shit.
buying some bullshit.
Well, 9 times out of 10, I
but-
will say in our defense, like we weren't buying most of it. Most of it was given. Or
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
whatever
I
the
mean,
case may have been,
dude, you
like-
didn't know either. And honestly,
Right.
who cares? It's also going to fake dispensaries because you get better prices. They're not
Right.
getting taxed, bro. So you're gonna
Well-
get better prices. So when you walk in one, you're not gonna know. But if you do find out, buy their weed.
Right.
It's probably a better price.
That's what I
But,
did. I just bought the bud, and
yeah.
they gave me hella edibles, bro. They gave me like a bag full of edibles and then like a bag full of pre rolls, and I'm like, bro, why
And
they
this is in
just
Yeah.
California.
Hey,
Edible.
We
I-
talking
yeah,
like-
come
yeah,
back.
bro.
We're just gonna hook you up with all
Yo,
this
for
shit.
real.
Yeah,
They
They be
yeah, that's
throwing
awesome.
the pre rolls and
Cool.
those pack woods at you. Like,
Yeah.
the keef and oil, but it'd be like some bullshit weed in
Yeah.
there with the glass tip.
There you
Like,
go, man.
and it's like, you know,
Hey,
it's
I'll tell you what. These guys should become marketers, though, huh? They're pretty good.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, they bring you back. Oh man, this company they keep giving me free shit, but they give me fake weed.
so one place I've never been is Arizona, and I know my friend frequents Arizona. Chief Curry here frequents Arizona. What's weed like in Arizona?
You have to. I mean, I think it's legal now. I don't know. I think they opened up dispensaries there, but I don't know as of like the new year. But
Right.
before, like, you had to literally go pick up kush from somebody.
Right.
You know how it is.
Yeah. So like
We've all been there.
So like quality wise, when you do pick up that kush from somebody, is it dope or?
It's not like Oregon bud though, but I mean, it's some decent kush.
Would you say you're spoiled when it comes to traveling, being from Oregon?
As far as like the quality of our bud compared to others?
Yeah.
Oh, by far, yes. We have the best bud to me in the whole nation.
So better than
Period.
California is what I was getting at.
Way better than California.
Look,
I mean, you
perfect.
have like
That's
your,
the thing I was gonna disagree on, though.
Like I
I don't.
I just have to
don't
say,
know.
look,
I don't
California's
disagree.
got amazing weed. I think Oregon, we're known because you got to remember it rains here all the time.
Right.
So Portland in general, our indoor is proper, dude, because that's
Indoor.
that's kind of what we do all day.
Specifically indoor.
And that's what I'm saying. And like we said, you guys smoke nothing but indoor because you're rappers and you smoke the finest.
Yeah.
But California outdoor, let me say Mendocino County, some other amazing counties up there. right now at least have the best weed in the fucking world, bro. You could literally, when it's harvest time, I bet you people sell you that as indoor sometimes. It looks so amazing.
Damn, that's
it's
good.
way past the time now. And it literally is that good. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. We could be still smoking as indoor. It's some of the finest weed ever. But they do say the weather's changing.
I was gonna say
Napa Valley, they're saying we're gonna be the new Napa Valley. So eventually, maybe we will have that outdoor climate to just be the best in the world. And obviously, Southern Oregon's pretty close.
Once we're able to start having those sessions, like you ever been to a California sesh?
Oh yeah.
Once
man.
Oregon's able to do that, dude, like that's crazy.
But that's all underground right now. You
Yeah,
know?
Right
that's
now,
all-
You
what I'm
know, you go
saying,
to
but
a
it's
session,
like-
they're like, "Hey, you want a pound?" Like,
But like, I mean, I feel like they're partially underground. I feel like everybody knows about them in California.
everyone knows about them, and that's why they change the location every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're solid spots, and it's a good place to do business. Everyone needs to start somewhere, so
Right.
why not start at a session?
Yeah,
It's not a
it's-
bad
it's
spot.
it was interesting for me because I ain't never seen nothing like that being like from where I'm from. So I thought it was pretty cool, and it's cool to figure
It's real
out.
cool, and that's one of the only places you can get away with it. I was talking to someone recently about California, LA specifically, because, if you're doing any kind of business, that's where you got to go. Like, you need fucking to do fashion. You go to the fashion district down there. You can buy the thread super cheap. You're starting a smoke shop. They have a smoke shop district where you can get all those pipes, bongs, and accessories for super dirt cheap. Like, it's like almost going to China without having to fly over the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's dope.
It's a good place to start all your businesses.
It's dope. It's dope.
Yeah.
Hell
Something
yeah.
kind of cool.
So, all right, let's talk more to our guests. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you get into. What's your bread and butter? Tell us about Chief Curry.
Oh man, Chief Curry, man. So I've bred myself pretty much to just be self-made. When I mean self-made, I mean in the aspect of like, if there's something that I want, I'm gonna go figure out how to do it. I try my best to not have to bother an outside party to make my dreams come true, right? Because I never really believed in making somebody else's dreams come true unless it's an economical like partnership, right? Because for me, I would rather work with partners instead of work for somebody. So I try not to hire people unless I have to, right? So that's just kind of how I am, right? I figured out how to do everything. I shoot videos, I do my own photography, or I do photography in general. I trade Forex. For people who do not know, that's the largest financial market in the world. It's similar to stocks, but it's not like stocks. But that's my real bread and butter. That's how I live. That's how I maintained through the pandemic, right? So outside of that, I own a couple of businesses. I own Chief Cuts, which is one of my main businesses. I'm a barber, so I cut hair. I own a barber shop, which is located inside Produce Portland. I am one of the 4 owners, or 6 owners, I should say, of Produce Portland. And we're a retail store here located in the town. And I don't like to say store because it's really like a retail experience, right? When you walk into our store, we like to give you a memory, right? Something that a lot of places aren't doing, right? Most people are putting up stores, but they're not giving you the experience, right? And so with that experience, I just like to, when you walk into our store, you're going to see all the nice clothes and all that good stuff, right? But not only are you going to see the nice clothes, but you're also going to get greeted by, people of the community, because we just feel that in this community, it's important that we all lock hands. So in our store, we host a lot of events where, we give back. We do a lot of in-house designing for not only our brand, but of locals, all types of locals. It does not matter what it is that you want. If you're a grandma and you want some clothes, or you're somebody's son and you want some clothes, you can come to us and we're going to give you the best price possible with the best quality, And so that's pretty much, what I do. I do a bunch of things, but my main mission is, to just be able to gather resources so that I can give them to our youth, because I want to develop. I don't want to take away from this community, because I feel like too many people are taking away from this community. So that's Chief in a nutshell.
That is Chief. So Produce Portland is located where?
On 4th and Davis, right in Chinatown, next to all the bars. Shake. I'm not gonna give everybody that free promo, but we over there.
Yeah, that's dope. Chief.
Why last name Curry? I was wondering that.
Well, that's my last name. My last name is
there you
Curry. Yeah. And yeah.
That's a cool ass name.
And the reason I go by Chief is obviously, I smoke heavy, but, Chief as in leader, I was a natural born leader. I was naturally born to lead and speak life into people. So that's what Chief stands for to me.
So you got 2 for 1 right there.
Yep.
You know what I never noticed? We have like, similar like rap name like setups. So you're double C, Chief Curry, I'm double L. Lambo
Double
Lawson.
L's. We
But
the double bros.
but my last name is really my last name, Lambo Lawson. Chief
Yep.
Curry.
Hey.
Ah,
So,
shit.
We icy.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
actually,
crazy.
Chief is actually on my album. He's on
Twinning.
my album that's coming out May 20th. We announced that the other day.
How long y'all known each other?
Since the day I got here.
Oh, okay.
Like literally the day.
We've been rocking.
Show or what?
No, so that's an interesting story that would be cool to tell here. I came here for 420 before I actually moved here. I came here to smoke. A couple of my friends were working out here, and they flew me out here just to try to weed, because I was a big smoker back home.
Mm-hmm.
Flew me out here just to try to weed. I tried the weed, but when I came, I also do fashion. I brought like a suitcase full of clothing to take to Compound because I had sold them a few pieces before I had even lived here through one of my other friends. So when I got to Compound, I brought like a suitcase full of Supreme, and then I met Jordan. Jordan was working at Compound, and everybody was like legit checking my stuff, and there was a bunch of pieces they never seen before, and they were so old or like so rare that they thought they were like fake, and they didn't even know what to give me. So we just kind of built a relationship based on like, I'll just take this for this and this for this and this for this, and then like we followed each other on Instagram. When I then decided I was going to move to Portland a few months later, I should say, because I moved here in July, I reached out to Jordan ASAP, and then he told me about the soft opening, and that was the day that I was getting to Portland, and that was like July 5th or something, or 4th, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was the 4th.
Yeah. So the day that I got here, I literally like dropped my shit and went to the store, and he started cutting my hair like the first time I got a cut.
You were flipping like shoes and stuff.
More like apparel. When it comes to shoes, I have a hard time selling them because I want to wear them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never the type of person to be like, I'm gonna keep this in the box for 3 years until they're worth thousands of dollars. Like, I'm gonna crack in 24 hours.
Did you end up buying that stuff?
Well, so that's not even his side of it. His side of it is more like, the creative side, the grooming side, the business side. Like, whereas though he doesn't even like Supreme.
And this is the company with you got 6 partners, which in my mind, that's a lot of work. But you rather have partners than employees, which kind of makes sense to me because you're putting blood, sweat, and tears, and you don't have to pay any labor.
And I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the main goal is to have a self-sustained operation where, is being lucrative on its own, right? But I mean, as far as like,
It sounds like everybody has their own role.
Yeah,
too,
everybody
which is great.
has their own
You're
role.
organized, man.
Very organized.
That's good.
And that's how it has to be, because I'm like,
super serious.
Everything has to move with intention, and while we're still speaking on it, one thing I did not say that I do is obviously I trade Forex, right? But what I do is I educate people on how they can trade Forex.
Educator.
So I educate people of how they can make money.
Do you get
in
a
the
brokerage
market.
fee for that?
Huh?
Do you get a brokerage fee for that, or
Nah, but I get paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Same
Not
difference.
from the broker, but I definitely get paid for it. But what it is people feel like it's a lot harder to learn how to trade, and you don't need a lot of money, and it's not that hard. But what it is it causes you need a lot of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can make it doesn't matter how much money, your minimum, your wages that you work every single day in a matter of an hour or 2 hours, I want to be able to share that to the world because it's possible.
That's the problem, because that foreign exchange quick flips.
It's fast.
And like for me, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I like to hold on to things.
Exactly,
So it could be hard.
If you follow him on Instagram, he'll tell you all that stuff.
Literally
I'll check
everything.
out
So
that.
I just had to, let the world know that, you feel me, like it's possible, yo. It does not matter how old you are. You can make money like the banks do any day of the week.
So
Nice.
a guy like you who has a lot going on gets stressed out. I wouldn't say easily, because you're a man that has, set up your table rather nicely. What does a guy like you smoke? Top 5 favorite strains. Go.
I don't know, Gorilla Glue, whatever the top strains is at the dispensary next to my crib.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Their top five's your top five.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
I asked him that because he said that to me before. He's like, I
We
don't
should
know.
start doing
I
that
don't
at Grass.
know.
What's
I
y'all's
don't
know.
favorite? Throw it on the board.
Customers want
dope.
to be
Yeah,
told what to
like
buy.
that.
Yeah, it's
Right.
true. And I'm an impulse buyer, which most people are. They just buy what is there, what they see, what looks good. You know, that's the majority of consumers.
You're gonna buy what they sell you.
So you come
What
to
they
Grass
sell you,
Cannabis and you just take whatever I
Bro,
give you.
if I came to Grass Cannabis, yo, I'm gonna say this. These are the words
you
I'm gonna
are
say.
coming to
Yeah,
Grass
Yeah,
Cannabis.
when I
so-
come to Grass
Yeah.
Cannabis,
Come.
I'm pulling up and I'm gonna say, I need something fluffy, I need something that look good, and I need an indica.
Got it.
I need some, and then
He would be smoking the Garanimals, but that's dense.
I don't like dense.
You don't like dense.
You
No,
rather be
because
fluffy?
I twist backwards. So like,
But like that's how it stays like solid.
nah.
You
That's
don't
how
think
it
so?
stays solid.
Well,
That's true.
I was taught when rolling backwards, you don't fully break down the bud to like sand. You got to break it down to like,
Bigger buzz, lightweight.
you know,
I prefer a dense bud as well.
Most
Obviously.
people do.
just because it like
Yeah.
gives it more structure as far as like rolling it. I'm not like going to tear the backwood when I really like tuck it.
Yeah, most people do, right? But with me, I like it fluffy because I feel like it feels the wood better. Like, and me, I feel like I don't twist backwards, so I'm not smoking
But you
backwards
smoking
no more.
Swishers?
No, I smoke
Gravel leaf.
gravel leaf.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't
it's-
even heard of that. What's
yeah,
that?
it's just like a fat tobacco leaf, and you just cut it up how you want
Oh,
it, right?
dope.
So it's you make it fit what you're trying
Okay.
to fit, right? And like it's just it's not as thin as a paper, but it's pretty thin.
You're
but
like a
it's
Cuban,
full-
man. You're just rolling straight tobacco leaves.
Yeah,
man.
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome,
And
man.
and that's
I
how
like
it
that,
is.
Yeah.
But the fluffy kush, like I feel like I don't know. I just like to get if it's the top shelf and if it's fluffy, you could feel the wood. You could get a couple more out of them. But if you twist one wood with some dense kush, I feel like you using the whole whatever you twisting.
Have you ever rolled up a gravel leaf while we smoked? I never smoked a gravel leaf with you.
I
At your
should try that. I
crib.
want to try
Did
that.
we?
Well, yeah, that was all, and I got on Dante's head for
Yeah.
ripping up my gravel leaf.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the difference, so that's probably
Bro,
From the
it's-
backwood and the gravel leaf?
it's the
Yeah, I
same.
Well,
didn't
that's kind of
notice.
what a backwood is, right? It's tobacco
yeah,
leaves.
yeah, just individualized.
It's just kind of
cut
cool
or
rolling
whatever.
around. I can see it. but
Dang,
I
that's
don't
crazy.
know.
So you don't have a top 5, obviously. So basically, anybody
tobacco
can
in there.
basically influence your smoking mind as long as it holds your criteria. as
I
far
got
as
this
fluff.
awesome
I mean, if
swag.
it looks good. It has
course,
to
nobody-
look
you
good,
know.
smell good.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Gas,
it's all about.
man.
But
It's
you
all
did
about.
say Gorilla Glue, so that's
Number
something
4.
That's number 4. So that stood out to you. That's
my
the fourth
favorite,
seed.
You know,
Exactly.
The fourth
Yep,
seed, as
yep.
Joey
We're
said.
learning
So
something
We're
here.
I
learning
like
something.
it. I mean, I like cookies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like stuff, but I'm not gonna go in there and be like, "Yo, y'all got this."
Right, and I feel that. So that's why it's interesting that you said Gorilla Glue 4 out of everything. Does that stand out to you for some reason?
Yeah, when I used to flip packs, that was the
strain.
sweet spot.
Nice.
You could give that to
Fair.
anybody, and they would smoke that.
So-
That was the best.
If you love Gorilla Glue number 4, then you're gonna love duct tape.
I like duct tape.
You,
We
you
got
like
that
the
at the store.
glues.
It's
He
pretty
wants the
slushy.
glues.
See,
you know?
I like the glue.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
like the
anything
gas.
anything gluey is for my boy Stewie.
You feel me?
Yeah. So let's go.
Oh man.
Let's get him some glue.
Yeah.
We got any Heinz back here? That'd be a good name for a strain. There's no-
Heinz.
yeah, you guys don't remember? Oh wait, that's the ketchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What was the Almers?
Elmo.
Almers. That's what I was thinking.
Elmers.
Dude, that would be a
That'd be
good
dope.
name for a strain.
That was the
I could
best
put that
glue to
down.
put
That-
all
put
over
that in
your
my
hands.
list.
Dude, Almers OG. Why
I
isn't
thought
that
of-
out
Yeah.
there?
Whoa.
I think that came across my
Right?
mind.
You're
as
on
something.
to something.
I'm
Yeah.
onto something, dude. I'm
was good
telling
one,
you.
Joey.
You have to
That was
make
good.
it.
Yeah.
So Selena, you were talking to me about like celebrities and stuff like that, and people who are in the business that have either like jumped in the business, jumped out of the business, didn't do good in the business. Like, me and her were basically talking about Seth Rogen and his houseplant line that just came out, and
Is that that flour?
yes,
It
Oh,
is.
awesome, man. I didn't know. Damn, man, it sucks. I love it because I love Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But I can't stand the fact that all of these superstars are getting in the industry now. It's going to make it harder for us to do it.
Designer.
You know, we
weed.
got Jay-Z jumping in it now. Now you
Does
got
that make-
Seth Rogen. Now you
But
got,
does that
like-
make
Jim
it harder?
Jones.
yeah, I think a little bit, man,
I
because
think
they're
it
just
opens
going to
up
hire
hot.
bomb-ass growers.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of going to make it harder, I think, for the real entrepreneur to make a stance. Unless you're a fucking bomb-ass grower, then maybe Seth Rogen's going to hire you for his house plants.
And-
You know he ain't growing it.
Right, and
You
that's
know
what
what
I
I'm saying?
and that's what I was gonna say. It's like, do we
Yeah.
want to speed up the culture by having these rich people all say, "Hey,
I say
wanna be a part
no.
of it"?
Nah, man, this is for the people.
But
it always
could-
has been.
It
Always
could
has been.
promote
Always.
good job opportunities.
And I-
Great.
and I was
There's
gonna
always
say-
good
at your
job
job.
opportunities. We will be smoked 24/7 all day, every day. We don't need that.
Right, so
we
as
should
these-
outlaw it. No, I'm just playing, but maybe.
So as these corporations grow, like it does, like kind of like inspire others to, it grows.
You
the
know,
market.
it's kudos to them, man. I'm glad that people are getting into
Yeah.
it. That's showing that these superstars love weed. It's also showing that weed is going to be federally legal soon.
100%.
You know, because they wouldn't jump in it if it wasn't. Their probably advisors were telling them no, and that's why they didn't do it earlier.
And now they're pissed that they didn't.
You know, exactly, and they should have. And I think that would have been a lot more cooler and less. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, just fake in a way. Be yourself, man. You go with your gut. You know. So it's cool. It's whatever, but you know, it's gonna
Well-
make it harder for other people. It really will.
I'll say one thing about that. I'm not against it only because I just went to Dallas, and I had to drive an hour to find some to get some kush, because it's not
'Cause you
legal
were in
out
Not
there.
too far from Oklahoma.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's a whole nother topic right there.
But I'm in most states, it's becoming legal, but they don't
Oklahoma's
have
legal, right?
dispensaries.
Oklahoma's
No.
medically legal,
Yeah,
but one
medically.
thing that's really cool about Oklahoma is and I think they're doing it just to get people to move there, but you can move there and start a medical grow and have no crop limit. So I could grow 100 acres of weed if I really wanted to down there. Just watch out for the tornadoes, right?
Right,
But,
it'll take your
but,
whole- rip the
it's
whole thing,
kind of
rip your
crazy.
whole ranch apart.
I've thought about doing something there, but I couldn't convince anyone to move to Oklahoma. Everybody loves the West Coast, man, but
Oh yeah, I'm never going back to the east.
you know
Sorry,
what I'm
guys.
saying? But you want to go to dude, I would prefer to move to the east before Oklahoma.
Oh, I drove
know?
through Oklahoma on the way here.
What'd you
Or
think?
was it Nebraska? I think I drove through Nebraska. That's steaks. Yep, I
Yeah.
drove through Nebraska.
Flat
what did I think?
land,
It was
nothing
terrible.
much there.
There's nothing but bugs.
You know, I'm not trying to talk smash on Oklahoma. I haven't really spent much time there, but
Ripping
man,
bugs,
I
dude.
love living on the West Coast. So, and I'm from Texas, but
The West Coast
Yeah.
is the best.
it's
Yeah.
the West Coast, the best coast, man. That's
best.
why it rhymes.
Right,
You know?
definitely. Another person that has more than just a cookie strain, Gary Payton, also has carts that are in
Oh,
jersey
nice.
form. It's like a jersey that you're hitting. That are still, in the works. They're still out.
Well, what's
They've been
going
out
on
for
with
about
that
3 years.
too? The vape cart, I've been hearing the vape carts are going illegal, at least for the tobacco. I don't think the weed is. I hope
Well,
not. but
his is weed. His
His
is
is
weed.
weed, so
He doesn't
we're
have
good. Yeah,
jewel
solid.
pods. He's is definitely.
the jewel pods are
oil
going
cartridges.
out, right?
I
From
hope
what I
so.
heard. Yeah, I think so. Probably because the
no good.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
awesome. So that's in New Jersey.
It's a good marketing scheme.
No, that's not in New Jersey. That's Gary Payton, but you're smoking an oil cartridge that's in the shape of a jersey.
Oh, sorry. I heard
Yeah,
that
so,
wrong.
like,
so
if-
it's
if
that's
Mike-
cool,
if it was
dude.
a Michael
What?
Yeah, that's
Jordan
tight.
It's a
jersey.
jersey. That's
Yeah,
that's
I,
something different.
I had a picture
Yeah,
of
a little
it. and I
gimmicky,
meant
but
to
that's
keep-
cool.
I thought it was
Is it
pretty
cookies?
cool. No, so his cartridge line isn't cookies.
So he spread away.
Yes and no. I think Cookies might have just licensed his name for the strain, and I think
Yeah.
he kind of already had the carts in the works.
That was a smart move for him.
I think Gary Payton's has his own company. I think it's called Canna Sports. I could be wrong, but
Okay.
that's where I was reading all this information.
Makes sense if you're making Canada Sports. You got jerseys and cartridges. That's cool.
Right. I just don't. I don't know how legal it is to put.
I
the
wonder if he's
jerseys
gonna
on
do
the
different.
cart.
I hope he does
Right.
different people's jerseys. You know.
Like if they're
It's not
actual
just all
players,
his.
he's like, damn dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You're like boom.
You have to get the permission from the player.
Yeah. Like the Harding is just gonna be mostly beard.
Right.
Well, I just think it's a matter of telling on the player oh, I got the James Harden card.
Ugh.
But it's does that insinuate that player smokes? Probably.
Ooh, that's a good point,
I mean,
man. 'cause
so,
that's the
like,
fird thing I'm gonna think of. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
smoking
So
like-
shade
Oh,
them with
this
marijuana.
motherfucker smokes weed. If he allowed this shit, yeah,
Right.
good point. But like we talked last episode, weed's legal now in NBA, so there's no hiding
Yeah.
it, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
why not?
So then it
Maybe
would
that's
just
the reason
be-
why he even did that. He was like, "These are the players that smoke."
It's been out since 2016. So now I just think he has more of a way to connect it to the players straight up. Maybe ask them what their favorite strains are. Put that in the cart. And
That'd be
Gary
cool.
Payton, if you need any ideas,
Hit up Lambo,
Email
man.
me.
You know his number, right?
email me. I'm chock full of ideas. Chief, what you got going on in the future, man? Like, I know what you're doing right now. You know, what's Produce got going on in the future? Like, you didn't even plug Produce Sports, which is your own branch of the produce department.
Bro, it's just so much stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man, I don't understand, man.
It's like, I don't get you sometimes. Why you not plugging everything in?
You gotta plug it all, man. He's got a whole workout line because he's a freaking personal trainer, but he's way too rough in the gym, so
Don't go.
do your own
Noted.
thing.
Look,
Let him
I'll
go
let
ahead
you lift
and
light weights. I'm just going to have you in there, you know what I'm saying?
Listen to a lot of them.
No. Like, it's not even that it's like heavy or anything. It's like it's the form that he's putting you in when you haven't been working out in a while. It's
I
really
don't
like,
even know how you got time for that. I mean,
I don't
when
know
I'm done
anything.
working, I want to go home and chill on the couch. You're out there lifting weights and teaching people how to do it? I mean, that's crazy.
Shit's crazy, yeah.
But how do you have time? You must be so organized,
These
man.
work fast. I feel
Craziest thing,
Okay.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I still have time
Can you
on
freeze
my hands.
time? What's the secret, man?
I just wake up early, and
That's
then you
the
get to
thing.
it, and you go to bed
Early
late.
bird gets the worm.
You feel me?
Yep,
And then
yep.
you just stay up and get it all day long. You know what I'm saying? I don't
So
really
if I
have
get
time
up
for
early, I can look
distractions.
like you.
Shoot, yeah. Look, it's in the water. It's
Yeah.
in the water. You gotta
Drink
work
good
out.
water, wake up early, bam, got it.
So to the next, another celebrity we mentioned last episode, we were talking about Whoopi's line, and we said we want the Whoopi, we want the Whoopi.
Yeah, we want that whoop.
Selena found out some cool info on that.
Yes. It was founded in 2016, but it ended production in 2020. There's a dispute
was
between
it
a dispute between her and her business partner, Maya Elizabeth. So I want to know, like, what argument was big enough to stop supporting feminine, like, pain relief products?
That
Like,
sucks.
what did you argue about that was so important you had to leave those customers with
That's
them?
probably all Whoopi's movies. She's
Money.
jealous.
Not even jealous. Like, it's probably
It's
not even
money.
that. It's money.
It's
It's,
gotta
it's
be.
probably
it's gotta be,
always
dude.
money.
Always
It's money
Come on.
because they were going to make a
Number one.
deal and she still backed out. So it probably is money.
And I think
Gotta
it's
be.
important to say that it ended February 3rd of 2020, which was like right before the pandemic, or like if not during it.
Just
What'd you say,
That was
November?
just before
March
shutdown,
was-
but during the pandemic. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So maybe they kind of cut their losses maybe a little too soon because
If it was in November,
did.
maybe they were at the Thanksgiving table. They're eating
it
some
was
turkey.
February 3rd.
Oh, February. 3rd.
February,
Oh,
yeah.
February 3rd, 2020.
Mhm.
I think it's important to note that because didn't the cannabis industry do well in quarantine? So
In
like
the
it was
first
probably too
couple
early.
It
months.
did fantastic
Yeah.
those first.
First few months
Yeah.
because everyone got their stimmy checks and they were like,
Well, they
let's
thought
go.
they'd be stuck
All
at
they
home.
had.
They thought
Yeah,
they'd be
well,
stuck
you
at
were
home.
stuck
so
at
liquor
home,
and cannabis
still.
spiked because
Yeah.
if they're stuck at home,
I wonder how
They
many
need to
people got
smoke.
called from the hospital saying like, "Hey man, I ate too many edibles."
man.
that
It's
was
so-
probably most of the calls at the hospital. It
It's
wasn't
so
COVID. It was
normal
most
now.
people just eating too many edibles, man.
Fuck.
Shit's
So-
I
real.
don't know.
Have you ever done that? Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
I ate an edible one time. Honestly, this is the first time I ate an edible in a long time.
Do you
Like,
feel it
For
yet?
that reason.
for that reason,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Like, I done had somebody's fake ass edibles and they done put me under the table.
Oh
like,
shit! Fake news.
You
It's only
feel
10 milligrams. Psych.
Do you feel it?
1,000. Yep.
You feel it?
I'm high.
You feel it?
And I ain't
but
really
you had
smoked.
smoked. Oh yeah,
I
you
mean,
did it because
that-
you walked away.
Yeah, that was all I really hit.
I've
So I
been-
mean, I'm
I've been pretty
I'm
ripped
decent,
this whole
you know what I'm
episode.
saying?
Yeah.
I was nervous. I'm like, fuck. Last time I hit edibles, I'm gassed up. I'm like, damn. I'm
I
like,
don't eat them much either. I'll tell you right now. I only eat them on the show, and I do it for y'all.
I love
At
edibles,
home.
honestly.
He said at home.
I do it for y'all at home.
But I like a small amount before I go to bed, chill out a little
I
bit.
can't go to bed fresh high.
Really?
Me neither. Had me.
Man,
over.
edibles put me down,
I'm like,
dude.
my mind's moving. I'm thinking.
too.
I'm
I be having ideas.
Really?
yeah,
That's awesome.
To the
Can't
point where
stop.
it's like I gotta get up and walk around.
Facts.
Do something to eat.
I gotta
Damn.
get up. I gotta
Yeah.
stand up. I be like,
Take a
my girl
shower.
be like, you okay? I'm like, I gotta get up.
Do you know what you're smoking? Is it a sativa or that's just any weed?
That's just any buzz. Like,
Really?
It's just being high.
You're
in
just your
general.
mind's racing. You're coming up with good ideas.
I get the right
Yeah,
notes.
for sure. Maybe not even good ideas. A lot of times
Just
it's just like
ideas.
a tornado of thoughts that are just circulating, and you just want to catch some of them. So you gotta
Yeah.
get up.
You just gotta put your hand in the tornado and pull out the right
just
one
Rip out what you can rip out,
and write
dude.
it down so you don't
Yeah.
forget it.
Seriously,
It's important, man.
So before I asked Chief the question, or before we got into the whole edible question, we were talking about produce sports. We were talking about produce in general. What do they have next up as far as the summer goes? We looking at more events? Are we looking at anything crazy? Are you doing another thing? You got another album coming out? Shout out to Phases that dropped in October or something like that, November?
Yeah, November.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, one of them months. But I don't be keeping like, I'm not attached to it. But as far as produce, the biggest thing for us is we're gonna start. I don't even like to say the T word, which is trying. I don't like to say that word. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna be doing a lot more events for the community, because before we got shut down, like I'm telling you, we were throwing events after events after events where locals come through, showcase their stuff. We have artists come through, showcase their stuff, and we just have like a big event, whether it was a block party or it was inside our store, whatever it was, right? And so we're gonna start getting back to that. Because realistically, we've been open for 2 years, but we really been open for 1 year because we had a whole year of COVID. So now, when we were just starting to get our feet wet, we're sponsored by Red Bull, shout out Red Bull. We're sponsored by Paps, shout out Paps.
That's awesome.
They were throwing big events like at theaters, and we were, we were the face of it, because our store's on the block, whatever. So, we're just gonna start getting back into that. Produce sports, I'm getting back into, now that the gyms are open, I'm looking for an athlete that I can sponsor. I don't want to sponsor myself, but I'm just looking for an athlete that I can sponsor and give free clothes to, that wear my clothes and do their thing. Is good quality stuff. So that's really what I'm looking forward to, just finding me an athlete, just continuing to get the content out. And
what kind of athlete you want? Just out of question. What kind of athlete you want? A wrestler, or do you want a swimmer, or do you want to? Yeah.
Honestly,
you don't care, huh? You just want somebody who's good at what they do.
I don't really care. A swimmer. If I had a swimmer, I would have to make some more swim gear. But I'm not gonna lie.
Speedos.
Y'all heard it first. I'm dropping swimwear for the produce.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm about to drop like bikinis and stuff like that. Shorts and stuff like that for the dudes.
Basketball shorts with the net in them. Because that's all I wear is basketball shorts in the water.
Rocking something right now, man.
Yeah.
All type of stuff. So
I love my basketball shorts.
About to bring just a lot of stuff to the water. So yeah, got a lot. I'm dropping rain jackets next though.
That's dope.
Even though we're in Portland, so it rains.
Yeah, it rains all the time.
Good point.
So what happens when somebody watches this and says, they DM you and say, "Hey Chief, I'd like to be sponsored. I'm a golfer. I golf. You gonna make him some polos?"
I mean, shoot,
that
ain't nothing. But the criteria,
that'd be fly.
You gotta have some type of influence in the community. Okay. You can't just be anybody.
You can't just be Joe Schmo on the block.
Joe Schmo on the block can't get that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me putting my money into you. That's not coming out of no business account. That's coming out of my pocket.
Did you make that shirt?
No, this is just a Target T-shirt. People say, where you shop? I only shop produce and Target. I wear $7 T-shirts. $7. I just bought my first pair of Supreme anythings. I bought some Supreme Forces.
That. You knew I was gonna mention that sooner or later. This man told me he was never gonna get no Supreme. And I seen on the story at the Supreme.
The money starts rolling.
If it was Forces, if it wasn't Forces, I wouldn't have copped them.
I know, and they were black too.
They were black. I wear black Forces.
He wears black Forces. That's scary, but he does it.
And I'm gonna wear them out too.
He's gonna wear them
Supreme joints. I'm gonna wear them.
Intimidate all of you with his black Air Forces. Yeah, so that's definitely something that's coming up. Chief, you definitely got to come to Gras Cannabis, which is 621 Southeast 7th Avenue.
Look, let's pull up after this.
No, for sure. We're definitely going to pull up after this. Literally.
Let's go.
We're going to finish this with a blueberry muffins. Right now, my favorite strains in the shop is something I wanted to add because I feel like my palate is very bougie.
Okay.
I only smoke the best. Some of my favorites, other than this blueberry muffins, Garanimals is still going strong from last week, of course. Grapefruit Durban for you sativa smokers. I want to start smoking sativa again. I'll leave that for next episode. The Runts is there. What's that by who? Cake LLC. That's the farm.
It's actually Saucy Farms. Everyone knows Saucy Farms.
Yeah, that was Saucy Farms.
It's from Saucy Farms. Cake LLC.
Saucy Farms Jim Jones, or is it a different?
That's what I was wondering.
No.
I don't know. I think
So
Capo is what is I don't know.
Jim Jones and Rick Ross got a farm out here.
But how
I
can
don't know what the
so
name
that might
is. I
be
don't know what
because
the name is though.
our stuff. So we
We
did
should
a
figure that
collab.
out.
Yeah,
we
we
got
gotta
to
figure
get
that
them
out.
on the show. Rick Ross, if you're watching.
And Jim
Yeah.
Jones, either
We'll bring
one,
you some
know
lemon
what I
pepper
mean?
wings and
Well, he'll
call
bring
it
them
a
to
day.
us. He
Oh, that's
he
right, you own the
business.
chain.
You bring us some damn
Bring us some
wings,
lemon
you know what
pepper-
I'm saying?
lemon pepper
Yeah,
wings.
bring us some wings and some rosé bottles of Bel Air and stuff like that. Like, I want all of that, but I don't understand how somebody can be Saucy Farms and then he drop a product called Saucy. Is it spelled the same way, or is it like?
I got no idea.
Is it because it's a farm and you know what I mean? Does that
Can't
matter?
tell you. I don't know.
I get confused by
There's
that.
a few farms that are close in names out here too, though. I feel like there's like 3 Rip Cities. I don't know if that's right or not, but
Right. Well, who knows? Well,
the,
just to wrap them up.
Wrap it up.
Figure it out.
Told Lambo I wasn't gonna say nothing, but we about to wrap this thing up since we on the Bud podcast. I'm getting ready here. I ain't gonna say no date on it, but I'm about to open up my own dispensary called Pro Canna. Woo! About to, you know what I'm saying, run it up. So
congrats,
Run it.
man.
Yes.
Shout out to Chief for coming through today. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot covered. This was probably the best episode yet. Definitely for a lot of reasons. And yeah, man, Pro Canna coming TBA. Until then, come through with Gras Cannabis. You know
Grass,
what I'm
you
saying?
feel me? And
we're
then
gonna
when it
collab the
open
whole
up,
time. We're
gonna do
collabing
all
together.
the collabs so we can build each
Yeah,
other
we're
up.
making merch together. Grass X Pro Canna, all that.
Period.
You know what I'm
Good,
saying? We
let's
should
go.
definitely collab in a
Partners,
bunch
you
of different
feel
ways.
me?
Yep.
That's how
Yeah.
you do it.
Hey, well, Selena, take us to the bridge.
All
Wrap
right,
it up
guys.
for us. This was fire.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram at Gras Cannabis, 621 Southeast 7th Avenue, Portland. Thank you, Joey, Lambo,
Yep.
and Chief. Appreciate
Peace
you
out.
guys.
Follow the team, TalkCast PDX, CannonCast 420, myself, Lambo Lawson,
Yes.
him at Chief Curry, her at Selena PDX 420, him at Joey
Joey
Man
Man
711.
711.
And
Roll
we
the
are
dice.
always located at Gras Cannabis, 621 Southeast 7th Ave. I almost said my own address. We'll get at you next week.
All right.
out.
Later.